KHOPESH, Egyptian sickle sword. The KHOPESH was a curved bronze sword that originated in Egypt around 2500 BCE and remained in use for more than a millennium. Unlike straight swords, its crescent-shaped blade was designed for both slashing and hooking. Soldiers could use it to cut through enemy shields, armor, and limbs, or to pull riders from horses during battle. The KHOPESH typically measured about 50 to 60 centimeters in length and was well balanced for close-quarters combat. Beyond its practical use, it also had symbolic value. Many KHOPESH swords were buried with pharaohs or elite warriors, representing protection and power in the afterlife. The weapon's dual function as both a tool of war and a ceremonial object makes it one of the most iconic weapons of ancient Egypt. Composite bow. The composite bow, developed by nomadic peoples of the Eurasian steppes and widely adopted in the Near East, was a compact but highly powerful weapon. It was constructed from multiple materials: wood, horn, and sinew, laminated with animal glue, allowing it to store much more energy than a simple wooden bow. This design enabled it to shoot arrows over long distances with incredible force. Mounted archers, such as the Scythians, Huns, and Parthians, could fire rapidly while moving at high speeds, making the composite bow a deadly tool in hit-and-run warfare. A skilled archer could fire 10 to 12 arrows per minute while mounted, striking enemy troops or cavalry before they could close the distance. Its impact on warfare was profound, influencing strategies and forcing heavily armored armies to adapt to mobile ranged attacks. SARISSA, the Macedonian pike. The sarissa was a long spear used by Macedonian phalanxes under the leadership of Philip II and Alexander the Great during the 4th century BCE. Measuring between 4 to 6 meters, the sarissa transformed the phalanx into a dense wall of spears capable of stopping cavalry charges and holding enemy infantry at a distance. Unlike other weapons, the sarissa's effectiveness relied on collective coordination. Soldiers had to maintain tight formations to protect each other and to maximize the weapon's reach. When wielded properly, it allowed the Macedonians to dominate battles such as the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BCE and Gaugamela in 331 BCE. While individually not lethal over long range, the sarissa's value was in creating a defensive-offensive combination that made the phalanx one of the most formidable formations in ancient warfare. PILUM, the Roman javelin. The pilum was a heavy throwing spear used by Roman legionaries from around the 3rd century BCE through the 3rd century CE. Unlike typical javelins, the pilum was designed to bend upon impact, preventing the enemy from throwing it back. It could penetrate shields and armor, rendering them useless and leaving opponents exposed to close-range combat with the Roman gladius. Roman soldiers often carried two pila, which they would throw at the enemy just before engaging in hand-to-hand combat. Its tactical brilliance lies in its disruption of enemy formations rather than sheer lethality. By breaking shields and creating openings, it allowed disciplined Roman soldiers to dominate battles across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Greek fire. Greek fire was an incendiary weapon invented by the Byzantine Empire in the 7th century CE and used primarily in naval warfare. Its exact composition remains unknown, though historians speculate it included substances like naphtha, sulfur, and pine resin. Greek fire could ignite on contact with water, making it nearly impossible to extinguish in naval battles. It was typically deployed through siphons mounted on ships, creating streams of burning liquid that engulfed enemy vessels. The psychological impact was as significant as the physical destruction. Sailors faced terrifying, uncontrollable flames that could destroy fleets quickly. Greek fire helped Byzantines repel numerous invasions, including attacks by Arabs and other naval powers, giving them a technological edge for centuries. Ballista. The ballista was an ancient artillery weapon similar to a giant crossbow, used by Greeks, Romans, and other Hellenistic armies. Powered by torsion springs made of twisted sinew, it could launch heavy bolts or stones over long distances with remarkable accuracy. Ballistae were often employed in sieges to target fortifications, towers, and enemy formations, and could cause devastating structural damage. Some of the largest ballistae could hurl projectiles weighing several kilograms across hundreds of meters. Its effectiveness relied on precise engineering and construction,